President Bola Tinubu departed Abuja for Beijing, China, on an official visit. The NLC president, Comrade Joe, says the allegations against himself and the Congress are baseless while leaving the RT office. On the foreign scene, the death toll from devastating floods that have ravaged southeastern Bangladesh for weeks reaches 52. The details and more will come to you shortly. Do stay with us. And now the news in full. President Bola Tinubu has departed Abuja for Beijing, China, Thursday, August 29, on an official visit. A statement from the special advisor to the president on media and publicity, Ajuri Ngelale, said the President Tinubu will have a brief layover in the United Arab Emirates. Ngelale said in China, the president will meet with President Xi Jinping and will hold meetings with Chinese business leaders on the sidelines of the Forum on China-Africa Cooperation. He said President Tinubu will be accompanied by senior government officials on the trip. The president of the Nigeria Labour Congress, Comrade Joe, says the allegations against himself and the Congress are baseless as they have nothing to hide. Comrade Ajero was speaking on Thursday following his appearance at the Intelligence Response Team RT headquarters in Abuja. Ajero, who was invited by the police to address allegations of terrorism financing, cybercrime, subversion, criminal conspiracy, and treasonable felony, arrived at the RT office at 10:17 a.m. and left shortly after 11:15 a.m. He was accompanied by human rights lawyer Femi Falana, SAN activist Deji Adeyanju, and other senior NLC officials. Speaking to journalists at the Labour House after leaving the police headquarters, Ajero asserted that the NLC remains committed to defending the rights of Nigerian workers and will not be cowed by any form of intimidation, reflecting on the challenges faced by Labour leaders. Ajero said no one can do the type of job they are doing without the type of hazard he's facing. And now we have joining us via Zoom to speak on the issue of the NLC president. We have Mr. Peter Ame, a human rights activist and member of NLC. Thank you so much for being a part of the news at this time.
I'm a member of the NTC.
All right, thank you so much. So Joe Ajero was invited and released. Was it wrong to invite him for questioning? Is he suspected of any crime?
It is not wrong for everybody. The law, it should always take its course when people are suspected of a crime. But what is wrong is the method, that approach that was used by the Nigerian police. It is a method that was designed and quoted in the act of intimidation, in the sense that the letter that was written and put in the public clearly stated that it was being invited for terrorism financing, another act of terrorist sponsorship and participation. So that kind of invitation shows with a process by which the Nigerian police was trying to use the state authority to suppress the activities of the president of the Nigerian Labour Congress. That should not be allowed to take place in a civic and democratic society.
All right, so is it necessary for the organized labor to shut down the country each time their leaders are being called for questioning? Do we still have Mr. Peter there?
And it is to save democracy itself. It's to defend democracy. It's to make sure that democracy is sustainable in the best way and form. Because one of the things that you do to help democracy to thrive is to do what is right at every particular point in time. What has happened? You can see the visit to the Nigerian police today. The Nigerian police have not been able to present evidence to back up the claims that made in public some few weeks ago. They have not been able to back up concrete evidence, and what was said was that he was invited to for what has been said today. Ajero, the president of if you look at the letter that was used to invite him, the letter that was used to invite him to the place clearly did not even invite him as the president of the Nigerian Labour Congress. The letter just said Joe Ajero, NLC, Nigerian Labour Congress. There were no specification to say he was the president of. So if you look at the shenanigans and the acting of the Nigerian police, it was a different body language to what they intended to do. If the NLC had no kind of solidarity, the kind of workers, the union that had made them so strong, an ordinary man on the street could have been labeled a criminal and would have gone in for it. So they must use whatever to defend democratic governance, to promote democracy, and to continue to show that the labors of our heroes past will not be in vain, because workers are the greatest chain in the development of any society. And he has said it clearly that nothing will deter them, nothing will deter the Nigerian Labour Congress from carrying out the statutory function of trying to mobilize, promote, and work for the interest of Nigerian workers.
All right, so lastly, before I let you go, how do you think government should handle issues that relate to labor going forward?
First, the Nigerian workers are the most hit by the inflation that you see today, whether the Nigerian law in the organized sector, in the private sector, and the governance area. You can see inflation is about over 40% when it comes to food, 33% on the issue of this. So government must provide all the necessary support to the Nigerian worker to survive, and then government must continue to work in the way that our economy will work for the interest of the Nigerian worker, and then government must operate with them, with the Nigerian Labour Congress, within the confines of the law, and be able to deal with them on a civil manner, in a way that it does not involve the use of state-captured apparatus to suppress the will of the Nigerian worker. So what we are saying today, what has been said today, what has been said clearly in the past, is to say that the Nigerian worker remain the only bet to the promotion of production in this country. And we must, as a people, must continue to look that those who lead this struggle, where their lives will be in danger. Those who lead this struggle, there will be some consequences for their, standing tall to defend the right of the Nigerian workers. And that's why the union makes us strong. They must continue to promote protect the general well-being and general welfare of the president of the Nigerian Labour Congress and all other leaders of the Congress that are doing everything possible to make sure that our country return back to a state of productive, engagement for our people, where we'll be able to now leave the consumption area to go into proper production that will keep our economy strong and keep our people happy.
All right, thank you so much for being a part of the news. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
All right, and that was Peter Ame, human rights activist and a member of the NLC. And now we carry on the rest of the stories. Nigeria Labour Congress, NLC Oyo State Council, today staged a peaceful procession to the Nigeria Police Force headquarters, Ele Ibadan, Oyo State capital, insisting that due process and rule of law must be applied on the invitation of the NLC President Joe Ajaero. The police, led by Deputy Commissioner Yinka Adejobi, met with the union leaders at the main gate of the police command.
Noble citizens of this country, as law-abiding citizens of this noble country, Nigeria, we stand by the law. If Joe Ajaero has skeleton in his cupboard, he should be treated as such. We are of the opinion that if he's found guilty, he should be allowed to face the wrath of the law.
You're still on to Galaxy News. We'll quickly take a break, and when we return, the news continues. Do stay with us. We're glad to have you back. Now, for more updates and latest news, please visit our website www.galaxytvonline.com. Connect to us on our X handle at Galaxy TV. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Galaxy TV News. You can follow and interact with us on our Facebook page, facebook.com/Galaxy TV. Don't forget to follow and tag us on our Instagram page at Galaxy TV. You can also avail our eyewitness feature via WhatsApp. If you have breaking news around you, simply share a story by sending short clips or videos of the news on 018-666-669. Our social media platforms are user-friendly and can always accommodate your live update and comment. The Defense Headquarters has disclosed that no fewer than 1,166 terrorists were neutralized by the troops of the Nigerian military in the month of August 2024. It equally said troops arrested 1,096 suspected terrorists and other criminal elements, rescued 721 kidnapped hostages, recovered 391 weapons and 15,234 ammunition in the month under review. Briefing journalists on the operational update of the military and other security agencies in Abuja on Thursday, the Director of Defense Media Operations, Major General Edward Buba, said the troops have significantly diminished terror group threat in the northeast region. He added that the military is also intensifying operations in the northwest, north central, southeast and south-south regions to defeat and dismantle the threat in those areas.
This month, troops neutralized 419 terrorists across all theaters of operations. They arrested 767 suspects while rescuing 448 kidnapped hostages. Additionally, troops recovered 278 weapons, recovered over 11,000 assorted ammunition, and denied the oil theft of an estimated sum of over 4 billion naira during the month of August 2024.
Speaking further, Edward Buba urged international oil companies operating in the South-South region to be transparent in their dealings and deploy an accurate metering system to help curb crude oil theft in the region. He also emphasized that the military will enforce the monitoring of the prosecution of culprits perpetrating crude oil theft in the South-South region of the country.
Our operations in the course of the month spiked the nation's daily crude oil production to cross the 1.5 million barrels per day mark. Nevertheless, as part of our operational efforts, troops are urging for more transparency by the international oil companies operating in the region